Heaven is a place where...
Here is another highly informative, raw audio segment with some very important information. Hopefully, you will gain a better understanding of a few more unanswered questions in your own life. Just by listening to this, we really appreciate you for letting John Henry Media Network assist in expanding your knowledge of self. Now, listen to this.
Looking at the blacks in the front seat, Bernie Mac joking right now, him and Richard Pryor.
Hey everybody, it's Mama's Laundromat Fitness Rant, and it's Mandy here again tonight. And I want to talk about why I feel like polygamy is very good, or would be a good thing if more people started applying it within the black community. And my personal reasons why I agree with polygamy. Okay, for those of you who don't know what polygamy is, that means basically a man having more than one wife. In some cases, it may be having more than one husband. But in this case, I'm going to talk about a man having more than one wife. And I did say wife. So I don't mean that means a male can just sleep or should just sleep around and, get different women pregnant. But that will be one of my points. Okay. So I have always felt this way. Well, I felt this way at least since I was 19 years old. I was married at 18. He's my ex-husband now. He disagreed, but, I was all for, introducing a new wife into the marriage. Now, let me just get this said off rip. I am no way, shape, or form attracted to females sexually. I don't have any problem with the LGBT community. I think it's cool. I support it. But it's just not my preference. But anyway, the first reason, my personal reason, let's start with that, why I feel like polygamy would be a good thing for me is because, and I've always felt this way, I like the company of females more than males. I like having someone that I can relate to around me all the time, kind of like a best friend. I mean, you can do that to a certain extent with males, but you're only going to have but so much in common because you're a woman and they're a man. So just thinking about having a female around all the time, like a best friend around all the time, because I'm like girly. Like I like to do girl shit. Everything from making up dances to facials and all that shit. And the company that my husband keeps with me while doing that is kind of, well, he's not really into it. So yeah, but that's my first reason why I always wanted polygamy to be a part of my marriage. The second reason why I feel like it would be a good part of my marriage, it would be good to practice it within my marriage, is because, okay, I want to say something to you guys, and don't judge me, okay, because I think it's every woman. I don't feel like having sex all the time. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I am a very sexual person, and we have fun and everything, but I don't feel like having sex all the time, especially not now that I have a toddler and an infant keep me up all the time tonight and wearing me out all throughout the day. He may be all the time still, having a lot of urges, and I'll just be tired. And if there were another woman that he could say, have sex with while I sleep, then that would be fine with me. And it's not that I don't care about him, because I love him to death. I'm super duper attracted to him, and I think he's sexy as fuck. But when you're tired, you're raising kids, and you're trying to take care of, your husband or your man also, yeah, you don't feel like doing it all the time. So, and when I don't want to do it, I feel super duper bad about it, like, because he doesn't cheat on me or anything like that. So I just feel like shit, because I know that he's not getting from anywhere else. But yeah. And okay, so that's the second reason why I believe that polygamy is good for my marriage, or would be good for my marriage. the third reason that I believe polygamy would be good for my marriage is because I would have someone to help me with the kids. I would have someone to help me with household chores. I would have someone to help me with all of that. You know, he's quite busy and he does help a lot. But I would rather it be that there were another woman around to help me with these things and he could focus on handling his business as far as school, work, whatever, any type of goals that he want to reach, as an entrepreneur, stuff like that. But, okay, so yeah, those are my main reasons. Also, I'm sure she could help with finances and such. But yeah, those are all of my reasons why I believe polygamy would be a wonderful thing in my relationship. And I'm going to make it quick, on the black community as a whole. Okay, for the black community as a whole, I think that if a lot of these men started having more than one wife, there would be less single black mothers and there would be less women raising their sons alone. Rather than, raising them alone, you would have another woman there and probably him also. And, like they say, it takes a village to raise a child. And I honestly believe that. And as most of you know, even though we don't outnumber males by that much, most of them are incarcerated. So there's only, everybody's not going to have, a husband or, a masculine energy within the household. So yeah, most of those reasons were pretty, I don't know if those reasons were selfish, but that's just how I feel. I don't think that he's willing to do it yet. I think he recognizes that that's a lot of work and having more than one wife around would mean, yeah, it would be pretty draining at first, I guess. And I don't expect that everyone would agree with me. But I'm not an insecure female. I'm not a jealous female. But if we ever did it, it would honestly have to be the right female. Like, she couldn't be any of those things like just named. She couldn't be jealous. She couldn't be insecure. And she could not be like one of those super duper attention seeking females. She couldn't be any of that. But, so he knows, and yeah, but I think that a lot of males should just bring up this idea to their women or significant others, especially if you know that you're prone to cheat. If you know that you're prone to cheat because, you want to, experience something new, or someone new, or switch it up with like different people, why not just bring that idea to your girlfriend or to your lover or to your spouse or your mate? Why not just bring that idea to them instead of bullshitting around and spreading shit around and breaking, people's hearts and shit? Polygamy is not for everyone. Okay? Like, me personally, as a female, I would be fine with one male. I really would. And I am. But some females aren't like that either. Some females, they're the same way. And it's natural. They just want to, experience something new. They want that, excitement or whatever. But, just talk to your, spouse or your mate about it and, be honest with who you are. Like, be honest with the nature, about the nature of you, before you get in any relationship, and make sure that that person knows who you truly are, and, see if they are, someone who agrees with that and someone whose morals agrees with it also. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Thanks everybody for watching, my little rant or whatever. And I appreciate my views that you guys are giving me and the support that you guys are giving me. Don't be afraid to comment below. I do receive some comments, but they are just pretty nice comments, and some of them a little deranged, and some of them a little weird. But leave a comment on the topic, please, and let me know what you think. I'm not one of those people who are going to spaz out for you disagreeing with me. So yeah. Anyway, have a beautiful night, and I hope I helped some of you with some of the issues that you may be having in your relationships. So I'll be back soon.
Stay tuned in. The next episode will begin soon. You have just heard another great and powerful message for our Black community. Brought to you by John Henry Media Network in the United States of America. This is the place for you, your family and friends to hear educational messages and music from other very important Black people to help build a stronger and more revolution-ready Black America. Your message will awaken another sleeping giant. So, contact us today at jahu.enterprises@yahoo.com. I say again, that's jahu.enterprises@yahoo.com. Get your music or message heard by millions for another generous donation today.
The sun is shining.